Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Phatkat Collections. And today, I know I start these videos a lot of times by saying I'm super excited to share with you guys, but today I am really excited to share with you guys another amazing watch, and it's this one right here. Now, guys, you guys know I've shared a lot of watches on this channel, a lot of Invicta watches, and a lot of watches in general. I've had a lot of opinions about watches, and I've shared a lot of my thoughts about, markup and brands and all these different things, right? And most of the time when I buy an Invicta watch, sometimes I get watches on loan from Bulldog. He's a super reputable eBay seller. If you're in the market for buying an Invicta watch and you want to do it through eBay, if you like the videos and the watches I share with you guys, I always recommend Bulldog. You're getting a fair value, a good value in some regard, and you're just getting a watch from a guy who he does this. This is what he does. He sells Invicta watches. And so usually I kind of have an idea when I get watches from him. I know what I'm getting, and a lot of times when I open the box I am kind of surprised because sometimes he'll throw ones in there that I may not have requested, which is why I'm excited to share with you guys this watch. This is the Chatham Dover edition Invicta watch, and what this is, let me just pop this off my wrist here. This is a themed watch. It's basically themed off the old railroad, Chatham Dover Railroad. And you can see right in the middle, that is not a Ferrari logo, that is a logo that was part of the Chatham Dover Railroad. And I can kind of tell you, based on the information I found about this watch, and just from what I can see, it does kind of remind me of what you might see on the front of an old steam engine. Although the theme itself, the watch, is really themed after old pocket watches, the front of the watch, the bezel, has what you would find on the front of a steam engine, where you had these really very, very strong, I believe on a steam engine they're rivets or bolts, holding the front of the train on. That's where you built a lot of your pressure in a steam engine. Now again, I'm not a rail expert. If I'm wrong or if I'm misspeaking, correct me, drop a comment, let us all know. But when I look at this, I definitely picture the front of an old steam engine, an old train. But I can also see how this watch is very reminiscent of your old pocket watches. And what's so cool about this watch, despite how cool it looks, but when you open the watch, it has this system on here where you pull this bar all the way up and it's spring-loaded. It opens up the face where you can see the secondary face underneath, or the second crystal. This is an automatic watch as well, which is great. A lot of times these watches, these themed watches that you'll find by Invicta, are made with the Swiss quartz automatic, or Swiss quartz Ronda movements. I'm always an automatic guy. Don't get me wrong, I love the accuracy of quartz. I like the fact that they're pretty reliable, but I'll always gravitate more towards an automatic, because you just don't have to worry about changing the battery. You don't have to worry about winding them. And this is powered by your super reliable Seiko NH35. You can see that color plated, or that colored rotor in that Invicta yellow. Basically this watch self-winds itself as you wear it. Just an absolutely stunning piece. You fold that crown guard or face guard down, whatever you want to call it. You turn the bar and you'll see that there will be some rotation in the bezel, right? So when you pop that down, whoops, I didn't have it down all the way. You'll pop it down, hopefully. Turn it. Whoops. Sorry, guys. It's hard to do. Sometimes it's hard to do these things on video. Hold it down and push, and it'll rotate the bezel and lock it in place. Just a cool looking piece. One that I've seen many times on some of the home shopping networks, many times on eBay, but honestly, until I actually threw it on the wrist, I have to tell you, it's not one that I wanted to add, but with this color combination, the gold, the mirror polished silver, just that awesome looking mechanism on the front, it really is an impressive looking timepiece. If you don't have a Chatham Dover themed Invicta in your collection, I'm here to tell you, you gotta pick one up. These are kind of getting hard to come by. I will put a link in the description where you can pick one of these up. This is absolutely fantastic, guys. Again, I've had these watches sitting in my office now for several months, and I looked at them, I checked them out, but until I really stopped and started to do the video review, I didn't realize how awesome this was. And the fact that it's automatic is just, it's a real win-win for me. I love a watch that's automatic. I just like the idea of never having to change the battery or worry about the battery. There is, I know some morons out there will say a watch doesn't have soul without an automatic movement. I don't agree with that, but I will say that I do prefer an automatic, and I just feel like there's a level of quality when you jump into automatics. Is it better? Not really. You know, does it tell better time than a quartz ronda movement? No, the quartz ronda is always going to be more accurate, but I just like the idea, the mechanics involved in making this watch work, and the fact that it's a really reliable, what they refer to as a workhorse movement by Seiko. It's great. A lot of guys out there, a lot of the haters, a lot of people who maybe don't even know, maybe they're not even haters, just don't know. Be like, oh man, get a Seiko. A lot of the Invicta watches have the Seiko movement. So when you say Invicta isn't good, you're really saying Seiko isn't good. You know, because I can tell you when it comes to quality, build material, the qualities used, the fit, finishing, these are as good as any Seiko ever made. Now, you may disagree with me, but that is my opinion. I'm sticking to it. So, just a stunning looking watch. Measurement on this watch here, let me just pull up the listing real quick here, and I'll give you guys the measurement. This one here is a 52 millimeter Invicta. So if you haven't really graduated or jumped up towards those big Sea Hunters and Grand Octanes, still a beefy, big sized watch without going too overboard. But this is definitely one that's going to get noticed. It's just so cool when you pop that lever bar open. It makes the crown, I guess what we would call the bezel, open up. I mean, it's just really cool. A great themed watch, and that's one thing I love about Invicta. They're always making watches that are themed. Whether you like the Hulk watches, the Mickey Mouse, the Snoopies, the Garfield, that may or may not be your cup of tea. There's always something for everybody. And if you're a guy who really likes railroad and you're into trains, what a great addition to your collection, right? I mean, just awesome. I'm not even a guy who's really interested in the railroad, but after putting this on my wrist and seeing it and really looking at it, I really appreciate how cool it is. And it's definitely one that I am going to add to my collection. It is that cool. I absolutely love it. To be honest with you, I'm actually going to keep this one. It's that cool. Absolutely fantastic. Just a killer looking watch. And what's really cool about it too is the logo on here, that Chatham and Dover logo. It is very similar to the Ferrari horse on their cars. When you first look at it, you almost think like, is that a Ferrari watch? But it's not. It is, of course, an Invicta. Just a great piece. So guys, I have a 7-inch wrist. I weigh about 174 pounds. I'm about 5'7.5". So this is how these watches look on a guy my size, my height, my weight. Again, you can be any size person and pull these watches off. You don't have to be big. You can definitely rock these. Invicta, even if you don't like big watches, there is always something for everybody. And me personally, I'm sorry, I'd rather wear a watch that gets attention, that gets noticed, that's a conversation starter. You know, things like this. Well, I mean, why do guys go and buy Ferraris? Why do guys go and buy Corvettes? It's because they're flashy. They look cool. People want to know about them. You know, and again, it's not everybody's personality, but this is definitely a watch that, again, even if you're not a guy who's super flashy, a guy who doesn't necessarily, you know, would gravitate towards big watches, if you are a train lover, I mean, just, it's really cool that Invicta puts a little bit of history about different things out there. There's so many different things out there. Invicta's constantly just really changing the game when it comes to watches, and it's amazing the value you get with Invicta. Now this watch is going to run you a little over 200 bucks. You can pick this up through Bulldog's listing right now, $289.99. I've always said that anytime you're buying an Invicta watch, if you get it minus the diamond editions, those really super rare editions, if you're paying under $300, you're getting an exceptional value. Again, you're paying under $200, you're getting a killer value. Anytime you have that $200 to $300, you're not getting ripped off, you're getting a super fair deal. And I encourage you, if you haven't added an Invicta watch in your collection, to check them out. Now, again, you may not be a guy who really likes big watches. Maybe you're just looking for something more basic, very subtle, toned down. This may not be for you. Not a problem. There is something for everybody with Invicta. Check out the Pro Diver. Check out the Grand Divers. Check out the Aviator line. There are so many different pieces that you can get through Invicta. Check out Bulldog's listings. Link is in description. Also, check out my Invicta Stores listing where you can find a lot of really great deals. that you really can't get elsewhere. Check it out, guys. Let me know if I can help you guys in any way. Let me know if you have any questions about this piece. And as always, guys, if you like the content, subscribe to the channel. Have a wonderful day and take care.